Tonight we're talking about those unwanted robocalls. Federal regulators are in talks to give phone companies the right to block unwanted calls without getting your permission first.
Robocalls are a widespread issue, and while lawmakers are attempting to slow these scammers down, the Iowa Attorney General's office is seeing it more and more every day. Local 5's Lakyn McGee is live in the newsroom tonight with what you need to know.
As the robocall problem has exploded in just recent years, the Iowa Attorney General's office is receiving your complaints of scammers targeting Iowans through an automated voice, and millions are falling for it every day.
Kindly call back at the earliest possible on our number before we begin with the legal proceedings.
Now, how many of you have heard this? At the Iowa Attorney General's office, they say millions of people get this call on their phones.
A lot of these calls are not originating from within Iowa or even the United States.
This is Lynn Hicks. He says the amount of people that receive robocalls goes up every year.
I got one the other day. I was fooled. I got one that said at my desk here, it said State of Iowa Communications Network. I answered, and it was someone trying to sell me a credit card.
They may call in a number you recognize, and for those that answer, the more complaints the Attorney General's office receives.
Iowa Attorney General's office, how may I help you?
With one complaint after another, I asked those at Local 5 if they have gotten a robocall. Have you ever had a robocall?
Yes.
How many?
A lot. Way too many. A couple times a week.
How many times a week, you think?
Oh, too many to count. At least once a day.
To avoid these unwanted phone solicitations, Hicks says there are a couple things you can do, such as call your lawmakers or...
Don't answer. If you don't recognize the number or aren't sure, just go ahead and let it go to voicemail.
Now, if you do find yourself in a robocall situation, don't argue and don't press any buttons they might tell you to get you to think they won't bother you again. At the Attorney General's office, they say that's a scammer's way of checking to see if the number they called is a real one. Reporting in the newsroom, Lakyn McGee, Local 5 News, Weir, Iowa.
All right, Lakyn, thank you. And if you need to make a complaint to the Iowa Attorney General's office, you can call the number you see on your screen right now. And there are a number of apps you can download to block callers.